All right, guys, good morning. And got up this morning and getting started. As you can see, it's still a little foggy out here today. Sun hasn't came up. It's a little kind of overcast this morning, I guess you could say. But I got some things I got to get done. We had a dead tree fall yesterday, sometime last night, and of course it fell in the road, and apparently a car run over it. I'd moved it out of the road best I could by hand, but my tractor, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys or not, but the other day I was using my tractor and I ended up, one of the hydraulic hoses on the front of it busted on me. And I'll try to show you what I got right here. And if you can see that little rupture right there, you put a little pressure behind that, it's quite the shower, and it's a little hot at times. So today I've got to get my tractor up and going. I've also got this cylinder on this side over here. I've got it taken loose because it is in need of some new seals and rings. So I'm going to take it with me to the Kubota place. I'm going to get 2 seal kits, one for each cylinder, because I know this one's gone now. The other one's like right behind it. But I'm going to take this one with me so that they can measure everything, make sure I get the right one. As far as the kit, I got to get a hose made, and then I got to come back and put all this together. So let me show you what it looks like. So this beast is my old MX 5000 Kubota, as you can see there. She's quite the helping hand around here. But yeah, that's the cylinder there that's got to be replaced or restuffed, repacked, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, out here getting my hands dirty this morning. I tried to wear gloves, and the gloves worked until just a few minutes ago. But let me show you this tree. This is odd. So what I was thinking was that while I'm doing all this running around going into town, I can kind of show you guys a little more of Chilton County, a little more of my hometown, and bring you along. I've also got to go up to Rugby, which is my wood provider, where I get my materials for the shop as far as the plywoods and stuff. I got to go up there and pick up some materials today also. I'm probably going to take and make 2 different videos, one of all of this commotion and then one of the shop related content. So that's kind of the plan right now. But let me get you turned around where y'all can see the scene down here at the road. Don't look at all my pine straw and pine cones. It's a mess. I got to get me a new lawn sweeper, and once all these things get through falling, get down here and get them up. So let me just show you what it's looking like over here right now. All right, so here we are down by the road, and if you've never seen it from down here, the house is up there. There goes Biscuit. What up, Biscuit? He's kind of weird, despite the fact that he can go wherever he wants to, and he does actually come down here to the road sometimes. He pretty much stays up there. I don't know what the deal is with him. But see this piece of this tree right here? Yeah, look at that. That's a high-speed impact right there. There was a car, and you can see when we get a little closer, there was a car up here apparently come over this little ridge right here at the driveway and smacked this tree. There's pieces of this tree all the way down through here. So there's another piece right there of this tree, and then you can see like the exploded pieces just everywhere. I got lucky that it didn't get my mailbox. So, but yeah, see the skid marks. So whoever hit it, I'm hoping it wasn't a real small car, but looking at the tracks, it kind of looks like it was. But yeah, it fell from right there, and there it is, and it's on the right of way. So I could have cut it, but then I would have had to shut the road down to do it. But me and Brandy were talking about it, and there really wasn't any wind last night to speak of. And I told her, I said, it's kind of weird that one little ant or one little termite took one bite right there, and that whole tree, that whole old rotten stump just decided to fall. and got hit and knocked down the road. But yeah, look at those bright skid marks. They saw it. It looks like they saw it about right here at my driveway. So you can imagine the way they move on this road. Like they run probably 60 most days. And you know, right here, they come down through here, and you can see right there, they saw it, but it was too late. They still hit it. So yeah, so we're gonna get that cleaned up out of my yard as soon as I can get the tractor fixed, but I don't feel like wrestling with it without the tractor. So after 2 back surgeries and having your knee put back together, you know, fighting with material like that, it's not something I look forward to. But if I can get the tractor back going, put my forks on there, I can pick that thing up. I got a place I can dump it. I can make short work out of that. I just got to get this tractor fixed first. So let's get the truck, pull around, pick up the parts we need, and head to town. All right, slight change of plans. It started raining. That's why it's still overcast. So I'm not going to risk getting the material wet today. So we're just going to concentrate on getting the tractor fixed. I'll go get the materials maybe tomorrow or next week for that matter. I mean, the joys of not having a job. So let's get this stuff loaded up on the truck, and we're going to head to town. All right, so today's definitely not looking like a good day for picking up materials. Last thing I want to do is buy a bunch of expensive wood and get it rained on. So yeah, they're saying thunderstorms today, guys, so we're going to stay away from hauling material, and we're just going to go get the stuff to fix the tractor with and get back home and see if we can get that log moved. So there we go. All right, guys, here we are at the Kubota dealer. I've spent so much money here over the years. I've bought my lawnmower, I bought my tractor, I bought my RTV. Like, for a while, Brandy had even trespassed me from this place. But yeah, I was able to get most of the supplies that we need for today's adventure. And let me show you what I got. So the hose, they weren't able to fix the hose for me. I got to go to a parts house here in town to get that. But I did get me some hydraulic fluid, and I got the seals for this guy. So now we got to go get the hose made and go talk to my guy that's going to redo the seals for me and get that done. So let's get moving. All right, guys, so I made it back from town, and there's been a slight change of plan. The guy that I was going to let do the repack on the cylinder, he's busy today, and I'm kind of in a hurry. So I've got my hose. I managed to, after stopping at 3 different places, I managed to find a place to make my hose. Had to go with a little bit bigger hose than what was on there, but I got the fittings right. That's all that matters. And so we're going to go back with that. Picked up some hydraulic fluid, and I've already put the cylinder over here back on the tractor somewhat because I don't have a really good setup in my shop, because my shop is a wood shop now and lasers. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to use the natural pin where it mounts as kind of a vise to hold everything still. And we're going to try to take this thing apart and put these seals in there. I've watched it be done a couple of times. It doesn't look really, really involved. This is the little seals that go in there. So I'm going to set a camera up. We're going to try it. I hope I don't mess up my $70 worth of little rubber seals, but I think I got it. So I'm going to put you over here on the other camera, and I'm going to get to work trying to get this put back together. And hopefully, here in a little while, we can go move that log. All right, guys, against all odds, it works. All right, so like I said, a little known fact: I grew up in a garage when I was a kid. My dad was a mechanic like his entire life, and so luckily I have the tools and the knowledge. Which this wasn't too bad. This was more or less get it apart and take piece by piece and just replace it. The color coding was a little off with the new kit versus the one that were on there, but it was enough of a difference that I could tell which piece went where. I put everything back together. There was one or two pieces that were directional. The seals were directional. I was a little nervous about the one on the inside because I didn't take a mental picture of how it was positioned when I pulled it out. But knowing what I know about how those seals work and everything, I think I got it right. It's not leaking. I've let it run for a little while, raised it, lowered it, twisted it, trying to get all the air out of the lines and everything. And it's working good. I did wipe it down with a rag and watched for leaks, and I'm not seeing any leaks or anything. So yeah, let me show you what it looks like now. Everything looks to be good. That's the seals are on that cylinder, part of the cylinder right there. The hose that I had to replace is over on this side. It connects to that rear cylinder back there. I got it on. Everything looks good with it. I don't have any drips or anything that I've noticed. So I'm going to run it a little while, get it hot, let everything heat up. A couple of these seals that are in here, you know, they weren't quite form fitting, but I'm thinking as the hydraulics heat up and everything, it's gonna cause everything to work its way in the way it should be. So yeah, I'm gonna call it success at this point. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the forks on here that I use for carrying logs and stuff, and then I'm gonna take it up to the house real quick, get the pressure washer and some degreaser out. I'm gonna clean it real good because it got that hydraulic fluid got everywhere when that hose ruptured. And then we're gonna move this log and get my yard back cleaned up. So let's get it going. All right, guys, so against all odds, 2 places being out of the fittings, couldn't make the hose, having to go to that 3rd place. The tractor dealership only had 1 set of seals. I was gonna go ahead and do both cylinders today. I just took the 1 cylinder with me so I know what to get. And I had a guy that I thought I was gonna pay him to do the cylinders for me just because I'd never done one. And I was a little intimidated by it, to be honest with you. I thought it was a lot more complex than what it was. It's really not that complex. Luckily I have a shop. It's been converted to woodworking mostly now, but you know, from all the years of working on machines and keeping up my property and working on the tractor and stuff, I got plenty of tools to work with, and I was able to pull it off, saved myself that money. I think the last time I had him do it, he charged me like 50 bucks to do what we did, and it took, you know, me taking my time because I was trying to be careful and make sure I didn't overlook anything. Took me like, what, 30 minutes? So Biscuit says, hey, he's been up in the woods. You got to see what this guy's looking like today. Tell him, buddy. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. What you got all over your face? You've been running through the bushes, ain't you? What you got? Come here. Show him your face. Oh, you silly dog. So he's been up in the woods playing, chasing stuff, and he apparently has run face first through a bush of beggar lice, tagalongs, whatever you want to call them. And so they're stuck all over his face, and he is trying his best to get them off of him. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna edit this stuff, make somewhat of a video for you guys. Let me know on this channel. I pretty much got the idea that anything goes here, because this is just us, me and Brandy, what goes on around the house. Mostly me, because now that, you know, she's the only one working, she's never here. But yeah, I do plan, just for you guys that may have noticed, there's some stumps down there that my utility company blessed me with. They were some dead trees. They cut the trees, but they left the stumps sticking up. And so my plan is maybe tomorrow when I'm not soaking wet, go out there with the chainsaw, cut those stumps as well as the spur from where this one fell, and haul those over to the dump site, which the dump site is basically just a big ravine over there across the road that caves in. My nephew bought that piece of property, but it's literally, it tries to wash, and so throwing that stuff in there just kind of keeps it from washing, and it lets it just naturally rot instead of trying to burn it. It's just a little better to deal with. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think about this kind of stuff. And till next time, be safe and have a good day.